Hey everybody, I am here doing another makeup tutorial for you. This is one that I personally am super excited about, but from what I can tell, y'all are excited about it too. I recently put out a photo on Instagram and Facebook of a makeup look that I had created, but I didn't do a tutorial on it. I just did the photo and asked if you all were interested in a tutorial, and there were many yes pleases. So today I'm going to be doing that tutorial, and the focus is really going to be on the eyes, which you know I love the eyes, and it's going to be more of a bold, springy, cheery look. Some called it like a mermaid look. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. So I've already primed my face, moisturized my face, and put on my foundation, and that's it. For my foundation today, I use the Bare Minerals foundation, and then I use the Mineral Veil over top of it as kind of like the powder to seal it all in. So that's all I've done, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll be doing a little bit of contouring, which is why I didn't go ahead and do my blush and bronzer, because I want to make sure you all understand that concept. So I'm doing exactly what I did in my previous tutorial as far as contouring goes. I'm just doing it again so you can get a better idea of it. I'll be using the e.l.f. blush brush, which is a smaller brush, and I'll be using the e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzer duo. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to take the blush brush and actually put it into the bronzer. And when you're contouring, it's really important to keep the focus in this area. You don't want to go past about this point. You want to really just keep it on your jawline. So if you were to imagine a straight pencil, just create a line right here and stop right there. And then in this part, we'll do the blush. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that.
You were long gone when you met me, and I realized the joke is on me. Oh, I knew you were trouble when you walked in. So
Alright, now I'm going to grab my e.l.f. complexion brush, which is what I use for my blush all the time, and I'll just pick up the color, and again I'll be placing it on the apple of my cheek.
Trouble when you walked in. So shame on me now, through me to play.
I am going to blend it out on the top and the bottom of the contouring and the blush, just to make sure there aren't any harsh lines. Okay, so we're moving on to the central focus of this look, which I've said is the eyes. And any neutral shade palette that you have is going to work just fine. Please don't ever feel like you have to use exactly what I'm using, but today I will be using the NYX Adorable palette, and I'm going to actually combine a few of the shades, and I'll put those shades in my crease. I'll be using the fluffy brush. Mine is Sigma E40, and I'm going to combine the third from the left shade and the second from the right shade with the fluffy brush. And then I'm just going to go all over my crease with that color, and I'll probably do about 2 applications of it. So, like I said, please do not feel like you have to go find this exact NYX palette. As long as you have shades that are similar to the ones that I use, the natural kind of matte shades, they'll work just fine. So I'm going to go on and move to my lid, and from that same palette I'm going to be using the shade which is second from the right, and I'm going to apply that on my inner lid and then under my brow as the highlight. I'm using a flat C-shaped brush. This one is a Sigma E55. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to my inner lid here. Okay, now we are moving on to the fun part. Well, all of it's fun really, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to take a different C-shaped brush just because I don't want the 2 colors that I'm using with the flat brush on my lid to blend at all, because the next color I'm using is from the Wet n Wild Blue Had Me at Hello palette, and this palette unfortunately had a very bad fall the last time I used it, so I'm missing a few of the shades. But the 2 shades that I need for today's look are still intact, so don't worry. We're using the top right shade and the second from the top right shade, and those are the only two colors we'll be using for the central focus of the lid. What I'm going to do is go ahead and take my C-shaped brush, and I'm going to combine these colors. I'm going to blow off the excess, and then I'm just going to gently and precisely pat it on to the outer portion of my lid.
'Cause where there is desire, there is gonna be a...
It looks bold at first, don't be scared. I promise it'll even itself out. Alright, so we finished applying the teal colors to the lid, and I'm going to take the same fluffy brush that I used all over the crease, not grab any more color, and just do exactly what I did before. This is going to blend out the teal shades and not make it so harsh.
I think it might be better.
Maybe this seems redundant, but I'm actually now going to do a second application of the two shades here from the Wet n Wild palette, and do exactly what I did before. I'm just going to add a tad bit more color.
Just because it burns doesn't mean you're gonna die.
And again, I am now going to use the same fluffy brush and go back over my crease.
Get up and try.
And now I am going to do my inner lid just slightly. I don't want to cover up the teal shades, but I am going to just touch that up a little bit. And that'll kind of help to smooth out in case there was a harsh line between the teal and the light shade that we're using. Sorry.
But so easy, even when it's not right.
Alright, so going back to the Wet n Wild palette, I'm going to use the brush that came with the palette and do exactly what I did, combine the two shades on the top right, and I'll be using the brush with the palette, and I'm just going to really focus that on my lower lid and stop it about where I stopped it on my upper lid. So I'm doing it very gently. You want to be really precise with how you apply this because it could go very wrong very quickly. So just doing it right against my lash line.
Desire, there is gonna be a flame, and where there is a flame, someone's bound to get burned. But just because it...
Alright, so going back to the NYX Natural palette that I used for my crease, I am going to be using that same light shade that I used on my inner lid, and I'll grab the applicator brush that came with the palette as well. I'll take that same color, and I'm just going to do exactly what I did on the outer portion of my lower lid, but I'll do it right here on the inner portion of my lower lid. And I am going to be going a little, just slightly under the teal shades to make sure that it's smooth and blended out well.
Woke up on the right side of the bed. What's up with this Prince song inside my...
Okay, don't be alarmed. This does seem drastic at the current moment, but with the next step, it's going to help it calm down a little bit. Before I do anything else with my eyes, I am going to take my little eyelash curler and go ahead and curl my lashes, and then I will show you what to do from there.
'Cause it's always a good time. Good morning and good night.
For my eyeliner, I typically use a liquid eyeliner, and you could very well do that for this look. Don't feel like you have to do what I'm about to show you, but and I have shown you this method before, but I'm going to be using my Rimmel Scandala Eyes, and it's just a kohl pencil, and I'm going to apply this very lightly but not precisely to my lash line here on the top. Okay, so I'm going to grab a small angled brush. This one is the Face Secrets eyeliner brush, and I'm going to grab the Wet n Wild palette. And the shade here you see on the bottom right is what I'm going to use to kind of go over the kohl pencil that I just applied. So I'm just going to pick up the shade, blow off the excess so it doesn't fall in your face, and just not super precisely, but a little bit more precisely than the eyeliner, go back over the eyeliner with this and blend it out a little bit more.
Makeup to cover up, being the way that you are is enough. Everyone else in the room, you're insecure, don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door. Don't need makeup.
So in case any excess fell off from the black eyeshadow that we applied over the kohl eyeliner, I'm going to take my kabuki brush and just kind of wipe off any excess that might have fallen. Alright, moving on to my eyebrows. I did not forget about them. I'm using what I always use, the Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit. Love it. I'll be using another small angled brush. This one is by e.l.f. But I'll, as you've seen me do before, combine the two shades here on the Brow Fix Brow Kit. And then I'm just going to, as always, start at the arch of my brow and create that definition and then fill it out from there.
It ain't hard to tell, you don't know. Oh, baby, you light up my world like
skies are crying, I am watching, catching teardrops in my hands.
So the ultimate eye look is finished, minus we have not done the mascara yet, but before I do the mascara I am going to just set my face, mostly for the purpose of holding my foundation in place. In addition to the primer, I'm going to finish it off with the NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray, and I have been using this for a few weeks now and I absolutely love it. You hold it about 10 inches away from your face and just spray it all over like that, and it really and truly does hold the look. I think this costs about $5. If you have oily skin like I do, I highly recommend it. So moving on to the mascara, you all can guess. It is the Maybelline Great Lash Lots of Lashes mascara, and I'm using Very Black. And I will be applying it just as you would your mascara. So bear with me while I do this. And when I'm finished with my mascara, we only have one step left and then we are done. So stay tuned. So I've got my mascara done. I've got everything done with my eyes. I'm now moving on to the final step, which is my lips. And whenever you do a bold eye, I encourage a neutral lip, or whenever you do a bold lip, a neutral eye, just because otherwise it can kind of be overwhelming and overbearing. So I'm following my philosophy, and today I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Fergie. It's the Fergie Daily, and it's a nude lipstick. Any nude lipstick that you have on hand will do. And this is one that I swear by. I love this lipstick, and I think you would too if you bought it. So why not? It's like $2 or $3. So yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and put that on. Alright, and then for the gloss, I'm using the Rimmel Stay Glossy 3D, and I'm using it in Popcorn for 2. I'll probably just do one application over top of that. And there we have it, my friends. This is the tutorial for the look that you have seen on my Instagram and Facebook that you have requested. So I hope this made sense. As always, if it did not make sense in any way, ask me, email me, comment, whatever. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. I love interacting with you guys, and I especially love getting the requests. So keep them coming, and go give the look a try for yourself. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. So have a wonderful day, and again, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching and being a part of this journey and supporting me in this, and I hope that you will continue to watch and, you know, even spread the word, maybe, perhaps, just saying. But yeah, you guys are amazing. I love you and have such a wonderful day. Mwah!